Hello, my favorite little people in the whole wide world. It is Friday, May 15th, and today Miss Lisa's going to start our lessons with two stories about bugs. Because if you remember, all week we've been concentrating on someone who wrote stories named Eric Carle. And I have one of his stories right here that I would like to start for you. And it is called Thanks from the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Do you remember how to sign the word thanks? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining Miss Lisa and listening to some stories. Do you also remember how to sign the word share? Share. Thank you for sharing with Miss Lisa some of your time. Let's start our story. Thanks for showing me to be kind to every creature. What is that creature? A giraffe? Yes. And what makes a giraffe so special? His beautiful skin and very long neck. To care for the trees and sky and oceans. You see the very hungry caterpillar down there? Yes. To be curious, gentle, and brave. The little caterpillar is on what? What is this animal? A tiger, right? And a tiger has what? Stripes. Very good. Thanks for reminding me. Beautiful tulips. To wonder about everything. He's very curious, talking to the cat and the butterfly and the bird. And to dream of a peaceful world. Thanks for encouraging me. Encouraging is a very big word. It means helping you out, pushing you a little bit to do your very best. Encouraging me to be a good friend. To sing my own song. And to always reach for the stars. But most of all, thanks for being you. Thanks for being you. Here's our second story for today. Barthello's Wing. See Barthello? And it's called A Tale of a Very Brave Bug. Barthello the bug was purple and red, with a tiny white spot on the top of his head. He had black antennae, a little round nose, two very green eyes, and 24 toes. 24 toes? How many toes do we have? Do you remember? 10, right, 10. Not 24. He was a typical bug, except for one thing. Barthello was born with only one wing. He lived on a branch of a tree all alone and spent his days crawling around on his own. You see him? He'd watch from his limb as the other bugs flew, as they raced through the clouds and did somersaults too. They swoop and they spin, fly sideways and glide, or catch the air's current and go for a ride. Poor Barthello. He can't do all those things because he only has one wing. Longing to be like the others and fly, he collected his courage and decided to try. From the tip of a leaf, he looked down with a glance, then took a deep breath and a very big chance. Barthello jumped out and flapped his wing hard, but he sputtered and stalled and crashed into the yard. Barthello saw stars. His head really hurt. for he had crash landed face down in the dirt. Oh, poor Bartholo. He really did try. The other bugs laughed at Bartholo's failed flight. Loser, they called as they flew out of sight. He choked back a sob. He felt so much shame. The fall didn't hurt him as much as that name. That wasn't very nice. They're right, he thought. I'm such a disgrace. While other bugs fly, I fall flat on my face. It wasn't very nice that the other bugs were calling him a very bad name. Bartholo stood up and brushed off his knees and miserably climbed to his home in the trees. His little home? He cried in the dark. It seemed so unfair to have only one wing instead of a pair. It's hard to be different, he said with a sigh. Just how is a bug with one wing to get by? At dawn he got up when he heard the bugs hum. He headed to eat, but there wasn't a crumb. His tummy was empty. It growled and it rumbled. I've got to get food, the little bug grumbled. Oh, he's hungry. There's nothing to eat. He crawled down the trunk and onto the ground where tasty red berries lay scattered around. Bartholo picked one and then started back. He climbed up the tree and devour his snack. And devour is another big word, which means putting it all in your mouth and eating it very, very fast. The berry was big and his home was up high. This task would be easy if he could just fly. Bartholo climbed higher but suddenly stopped. He jumped back so quickly, the berry had dropped. Oh no. For there on a branch just hidden from view was the biggest of spiders, the hungriest too. The other bugs sat on a limb in a bunch, not knowing the spider had marked them for lunch. That spider was sly and also quite tricky. The bugs would get stuck on his web, which was sticky. Oh no. Bartholo stayed still. His green eyes grew wider. How could one bug stop a big hungry spider? I've got to outsmart him, the little bug thought, or I'll be included for lunch if I'm caught. Bartholo crept near but kept out of sight. He made himself wait till the timing was right. Oh no, the big scary spider. Excuse me. Then just as the spider went after his prey, Bartholo one wing knocked him out of the way. The spider fell off of the very high limb, and that was the last that the bug saw of him. Wow. All the bugs clapped and all the bugs cheered. Bartholo had faced the spider they feared. The one who'd been laughed at and left all alone had saved all the lives by risking his own. Bartholo saved the day. He saved all his friends. The bugs came to see what set him apart was not his one wing, but his very big and brave heart. The end. And you know what? The story tells us that it's okay to be a little different. Miss Lisa has to wear glasses because I can't see words real up close. Or maybe we might see someone in a wheelchair because their legs don't work like our legs work, so they need a little help getting around. And the moral of the story is we must always be nice. We must always be kind, right? And it's okay to be different. That's what makes us us. Okay, Miss Lisa's going to go get some more things ready for the next lesson. Have a little break, get some water, run around a little bit, get all that energy going, and I'll see you in a little bit. I love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to the stories.